Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheridan Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. It's another pretty day, but it's a little cool today. Well, it's not cool. The wind's blowing and that makes it feel cool. I think we're probably up around 50 degrees, but with that wind blowing, it feels cold. We've had some beautiful, beautiful weather here. I don't know if y'all can see behind me, but our fields are turning green. And that means before long, we're not going to be feeding that $30 roll hay any longer. But cows are not the topic today. We've got another batch of broilers coming either tomorrow or the next day. And we've got to get one of our big brooders ready. We need to do a little repair work on it. So hang out with us for a little bit. Let's see what we'll show y'all what we're going to do with it. And we may need the services of somebody with a sawmill that's got a little lumber laying around. We'll see how it works out. Hang out with us for a little bit. Let's get some work done. All right, so here's what we're going to work on. This is one of our big brooders, and we've got two of these, and these are, I think these are 8 by 8 is what they ended up being. I've got another one right to the side up here that we've got some Cornish cross broilers in that are, I don't know, they're probably 4, maybe 5 weeks old. We only got 60. I think we're down to about 55 so that we can leave them in the brooder a little bit longer because of the time of year that it is. It is the middle of March. We're having some warm days, but I think the temperature tonight, maybe tomorrow night, is supposed to get down around freezing, not, 33, 34, somewhere in the neighborhood. Still a little bit cool to put these birds out, even though they are almost fully feathered. We just don't want to chill them and stress them and that kind of thing. But anyway, this brooder here, this was the first one that we built, and we had a little bit of an issue with our front doors that have worked their way off. And we had put these on originally with hinges so that we could flip them down and clean them out. But that ship has now sailed. So we're going to work on building us a little frame and put us another wall up because we've got birds coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow or Wednesday.
Tomorrow or the next day. So we got to get this thing finished up, put together. But otherwise, I think we're pretty good. We've unplugged this one and that one's plugged up.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing in it.
Okay, so we got lights, feed, water. We'll put the wall on here and then we'll bring in and show you what else we got going on.
We'll set these up out here in the sun. What else?
I think I'm gonna need one more of these. Boy, ain't it nice having your own lumber yard. I have to go to Lowe's. All right, you hold that right there. $89 and 15/16. Well, I need to set my guide a little deeper, don't I? Take it right up to the edge, up to the very top. $89. 15/16. So I've got you some long decking screws here if you want to use them. Well, hang on just a minute before you tack that down because I'm gonna need to put that center brace in there. Well, we can toenail it at the bottom and then just go down through the top.
Okay.
We can do it. I guess that's more of a toe screwing instead of a toe nailing. Okay. All right, I think we need us a centerpiece here, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's see, what's half of 93? What's your math real quick? 45, 47 and a half? Is that right?
I reckon.
That's gonna go right there. How tall does it need to be? 19, man, we're running a theme here, 19 and 15/16. Fit?
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Screw down there.
You ready?
Yep.
I need to put another one in the top. Well,
Do we need to go get a piece of plywood?
no. Why would we do that?
You're just gonna put boards like this on it?
Yeah. Yep. I think it's, well, we'll put one over here just for kicks and giggles. There we go. All right, how wide is this thing from outside to outside? Exactly 8 feet, like I thought, okay? And then how tall are we? Right here, all together. We're exactly 22 and 3/4. So, we need some 8 feet long boards. If only I knew a guy that had cut some 8 feet long boards. I think my tin is blowed off or something, ain't it? Yeah. Guess what?
8 feet.
Long enough. And we said we needed 22, is that right? And those are 10. So we're 2 of them. Are all of them 20? Are all of them 10, I mean? Yeah. So, I think we can space it to where it'll work.
Let's take one up there and
See what it does?
fit it and see what we
Okay,
think.
I got it. Oh. All right, let's see here. that up over there for me. Need to square the end of it off, I guess. Don't I?
Where's your tape?
Hanging on my pocket. You got her there?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we go to the bottom, we're going to have an inch gap right there. What if we came, well, no, we can't do that.
You got anything wider?
Let's go in the barn and look. All right, so 2 of these 10 inchers is not going to be enough to span the full front. So, found a piece of red oak down there. And what we'll do with it is we will just cut it and use it as a filler strip. I don't know, top, bottom, middle, what would you do with it?
Don't matter to me.
It really doesn't matter, does it? It's a brooder,
Yeah.
right? It's a brooder. It's a well house. I know. I need to finish the well house. I know. Do what now?
This has got a little dip in it where the blade dip.
Oh, need to call the sawmill. Fuss at them. They're having wavy boards. All right, you want to get your screw gun and your screws, and we'll get her started here. Now I brought shorter screws if you want to use them.
None of it.
Well, I recorded getting this top board on, but I forgot to hit record getting the middle board on, and we got some of the bottom one. So what we ended up with, 2 pine, 10 inches, and then I've got another piece of red oak down here that's about 2, maybe. No, it's a little bigger than 2, ain't it? Hey, Maggie. It's about 4 inches. So that fixes the front. I mean, that wasn't a bad little deal, was it?
Nah.
So we're ready for chicks. All right, so we set our big brooder up the same way that we do our little ones. We've got plenty of pine shavings down here in the bottom. We get that from a local sawmill. And then we've got a drinker. I don't know what y'all can see. We've got a drinker back here in this corner, a feeder over there, and then we've got another feeder right in there. So Sonra's gonna rake these shavings down because we didn't smooth them out because we had this front wall missing. So, but we're getting how many? 120?
120.
120 either tomorrow or the next day. And so we've got the brooder ready to go. That was an easy little project. That wasn't bad, was it?
Not bad at all.
Handy to have some boards just laying around, wasn't it?
Any more?
That's pretty nice. All right, good deal. All right, while we're down here, let's show y'all what we got in the small brooder. So these are some egg birds that we hatched from our egg chickens. And there's a couple of them that they don't look great because we had to help them out of the shell, didn't we, Sandra? So we had to help them out of the shell. So those two right there in front are not, I mean, they don't look the best in the world, but they're doing pretty good. We got them out here in this brooder. They got heat, they got water, and it's working out pretty good for them. I've only got, let's see, there's only how many in here? 6? We've only got 6 of them in here left. We've hatched now probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 or 80, and we have sold them all. Apparently, it sounds like that places like Tractor Supply, Rural King, some of the local hardwares, Feed and Seed, where a lot of folks typically buy chicks, either can't get them or they are selling out as soon as they come through the door. We were over in Morganton, North Carolina, early in the week last week at Rural King, and they didn't have anything, none. And you know, if y'all been to Rural King, you know what that is. You know, usually they've got, I don't know, gosh almighty, they probably got 20 stock tanks back there full of chicks, all kinds of chicks and turkeys and guineas and ducks and that sort of thing. They had zero, absolutely zero poultry in the place. Had a couple of rabbits, and that was about it. Had a fella come up day before yesterday, wanted to buy some chicks, and came up, and he just kept picking, and there was about 6 left. And I said, dude, just take the rest of them. And we made him a bulk price on all of them, and they were gone. So we've got another batch in the incubator in the house right now, where we're running some eggs, and we're hatching about every 3 days. So we're moving some chicks through here, primarily for folks local that can't find them anywhere else. All right. There it is, man. I am tickled with the way that this turned out. I like the sort of rustic, unfinished look, the rough cut lumber look. It just kind of, I think it's just a little warmer. It just doesn't feel as industrial. It feels more handmade, handcrafted to me. But anyway, I think we got a nice contrast here between a couple of white pine boards and then that red oak down there at the bottom. We had to use that as our filler board because these just weren't quite wide enough. So I think that's going to work out just right. Big brooder, 8 by 8. Like I said, we're going to be starting 120 chicks. How many chickens can you brood in a brooder this size? Well, like all other things in life, it depends. It depends on how long you're going to leave them in. Last year, I think we started 250 in these and left them in there maybe for a couple of weeks before they went out. Now that was later on in the season, whenever the weather was warmer and we didn't have a lot of cold nights. And we've got a couple of nights coming up here in the next few days, I think 32, 33, something like that. But anyway, this would not hold 120 chicks for 4 weeks. They're just going to get too big, too much poo, too much pressure. But what we will be able to do, the chickens that we've got up here in this other brooder, by the time we need to split these off, they will be out, and we could potentially split these off and put 60 over there, leave 60 down here, and take a little bit of pressure off, and then that would end up working out fine. On that small brooder in there, we started out with the 60 meat chickens in it. We had to move them out after a couple of weeks. They're going to grow a lot faster than your egg birds are. So like pullets and cockerels and egg chickens, we can leave those in there for a little bit longer. And so you can get more birds for a longer period of time there. Everything is just kind of context, and you've got to think about it. Think about seasonality, what your weather's going to do, when you can move them out, and that sort of thing. Plans for the big brooder. I'm going to put a link in the description down below for a set of plans for the big brooder. I've also got plans for the small brooder. So if you're interested in one of those smaller brooders, they're about a 3 by 6. Perfect little homestead, small farm, just get yourself started kind of brooder. That thing works great. We've sold a bunch of plans. A lot of folks have done that. Saunders' cousin teaches agriculture and is the leader of the FFA program at a high school here in North Carolina. He sent us a picture last night that their class had built one, and they were painting it. So we've got schools that are building these brooders. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But if you're interested in a set of brooder plans, either the small or the large, link's going to be in the description down below. Got a couple other things I want to share with y'all. First off, we get asked all the time, do you ship meat? Do you ship meat? Folks want to buy some products from the farm. And by the time you calculate product cost, the materials to ship frozen meat, and then the postage for either next day air or overnight guaranteed, it gets kind of expensive. There are a lot of folks doing it. I've not cracked that nut yet. I'm just not sure how to do it. I don't know how this, I've not got it figured out. It's just not been high on my priority list. But we do have some products that we can ship. I've got some jerky back in stock. Sharon Park Farms jerky. I've got the sweet chili. I think that's the only flavor that we've got left. We need to do another round of jerky. A lot of folks enjoy that. That sells really well at our markets and also sells well as a product that we can ship. So if you're interested in jerky, I'll leave a link in the description down below where you can go over and order you a pack of our jerky. Also, Sonder has been experimenting with and has done some whipped tallow balm. Apparently, a lot of folks like that as a skin protectant, use it instead of lotions, and it doesn't have all the chemicals that a lot of store-bought cosmetics have in it. It is basically fat from our cows whipped with a little bit of olive oil, and then we have some unscented, which is just plain, and then we've got some that is tea tree and some that's lavender. 5-ounce jars. I'll post a picture of it right here. 5-ounce jars. They are, I think, $45 a piece, 2 for $80, I think is what it is. But it is a shippable product, and it, you know, if you want to buy something from the farm, that's, you know, that's another option. A lot of folks use it coming out of the shower, on elbows, rough skin, dry skin, that sort of thing. You know, it's an all natural fat, unlike, you know, a lot of the petroleum-based lotions and that kind of thing. And a lot of folks really like that. So we've got some whipped tallow balm from fat from the cows right here on the farm, and it's a pretty nice product. The scented stuff smells really nice. Let's see what else. Also, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below for my buddy Dan Flynn. Dan runs Quarry View Woodworks and the Timber Framing Learning Center of North Carolina. We went over and met with Dan last week and talking with Dan about maybe doing a project here on the farm. So if you're interested in timber framing, would like to take a timber framing class, goes kind of along with our sawmill and some of the stuff we're doing here, go check out Dan's webpage and his social media links. Like I say, I'll put all that in the description down below. Don't have all the details yet, but a little bit of teaser. We're working with Dan on maybe doing a project here on the farm coming up later in the probably summer, late summer, early fall. We'll just kind of see how all that works out. If we can get all the details kind of ironed out of the process and make all that work, we shall see. But we got that working, got that in the works. So apologize we've not had a video lately. Been on the road a lot for work. I think we're getting ready to settle down a little bit there. I think that's going to steady out. Had to be gone for a week for a conference, just some other things, but I think we're kind of settling in a little bit to a more routine schedule, and we can be shooting more videos, and also the weather. You know, it's been a horrible winter. It has been cold. Everybody I talk to says it's been the coldest winter they remember. But boy, spring is a-coming. Flowers are blooming, grass is greening up. About time. I'm ready. Like we always say, please keep us in your prayers. May God bless you and your families. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.